Ambiguous case. Whoops. U. Okay. Ambiguous case. So I'll use the same numbers. 6, 4, 30 degrees. I'll call it A, B, C. $36, 4. Again, ABC. So the ambiguous case only occurs when you have side angle. I prefer to write it the other way. Angle side. So you can come up with the name of it if you want. Everybody remembers it if you write it this way. Okay? If you have angle side, then you can have the ambiguous case. All right? Then you may have two possible triangles. May, not always. And you can see we have angle side. There's our angle, there's our side, there's our side. There's our angle, there's our side, there's our side. Okay? It's not side angle side, all right? It's angle side. And so, what are the measurements of angle C? Angle C is what's going to change. So, angle C. I want to find this bit right here. Well, do we have an angle side pair? Yeah. Yes, we do. So we're going to go sine of C over C is equal to sine of A over A. So sine of C over 6 equals sine of 30 over 4. If you solve that for C, you will get 48.6 degrees. If you do it on this triangle over here, all right, solving for that, we're going to go what do I want to do here? Oh, yeah, okay. So, go away. So remember how I swung the arm? I'll draw it. So remember how I swung the arm from over here, like this arm, and I swung it? That's this arm here, so I'm just going to call that 4. Okay? Because that's the swinging arm. So to find this angle here, if you think about it, these two sides are the same, 4 and 4. That's called what type of triangle is that? If you have both sides the same, not equilateral. Isosceles. It's equilateral if all sides are equal, right? So it's isosceles. If these two sides are the same, what do you know about these two angles? They're the same. So I just found C here and said it was 48.6, which is this angle right here. So what is this angle right here? 48.6, right? Correct? Okay. What is a horizontal line? How many degrees? From here to here? 180, right? Because if you went all the way around, it's a full circle. So if this whole thing is 180, and that's 48.6, what is this? 180 minus 48.6. 131.1. Okay. So that's how, so the two triangles, if you were to draw them out correctly, what they're labeled would look like this. You're going to have 1, 6, 34, and this angle here is 48.6, or, whoops, 6, 4, 30, and then this angle here is 131.1 degrees. Okay? So in this case, you have two solutions. I can draw it this way, or I can draw it this way. That's why when we did the question at the beginning of class, Hunter got 78 or 79, whatever it was, and everybody else was getting 101 or something like that. It was basically 180 minus that number. Okay? That's why they had those numbers, right? But you only get this happening if you have angle side side. It's the only time. All right? Now, how do you know if you have 2, 1, or 0 answers? That's the question. So, how do you know if 2, 0, or 1 triangle? Yes, I'm still doing. 1, it must be angle side side. Has to be angle side side. Okay? How do you know? Two. So if it's not angle side side, you just stop and you go, there's only one possible answer. Okay? So let's say if not only one possible, unless I made some weird mistake, but it'll only be one. Okay? Sorry? I won't mess it up. You might. But height of the triangle must be less than the length of side opposite known angle. So in other words, if I have that same triangle, 6, 4, 30, that's the height. So find the height. What is nice about finding the height here? What type of trig is that? It's right angle trig, right? And it's opposite over hypotenuse. So it's sine of 30 is equal to h over 6. If you solve that, you're going to get h is equal to 3. Since 3 is less than 4, this number here, you have two triangles. If the height is greater, in this case 4, but bigger than that side there on the opposite, the triangle does not exist. Yeah, so because what that means is, if I have a triangle like this, and this height is, I'll just make up some crazy numbers. Say that height is 10, right? That's 12, and this over here is 5. Let me redraw that. Say I make that 5, I'll do it in a different color. It won't touch, right? Because that's my base there, where the height is 10. But if this is too short, it'll never touch. Okay? So if the height is bigger than this number, it never touches. If the height is less than, then you have 2 triangles. That's the ambiguous case. Yeah. I'm going to give you some information, and I will say how many triangles and what are the angles. Draw them. Fill out all the angles. That's what I'll ask you to do. That's the bonus question. It's on this kind of stuff, all right? So your question here is, if you want practice, page 246 in the book, 2, 3, and 5A. That's the bonus question, people.